Russia, a land where legends and reality intertwine across 11 time zones. The largest country on Earth holds secrets most travelers never discover, mysteries and wonders that have captivated dreamers for centuries. But here's what most travel shows won't tell you. Behind Russia's imposing reputation lies a world of breathtaking beauty that will change how you see this misunderstood land forever. Today, I'm taking you on a journey to the 10 most extraordinary places in Russia. Destinations that have moved me to tears, left me speechless, and reminded me why I fell in love with travel in the first place. These aren't just places to visit, they're places that will stay with you long after you've returned home. Let's begin our journey across this magnificent and mysterious land. Number 10. Ruskiala Mountain Park, Karelia. Hidden in the forests near the Finnish border lies a place that seems to belong in a fantasy novel. Ruskiala Mountain Park is what happens when nature reclaims what humans once took. This former marble quarry has been transformed into an otherworldly landscape of crystal-clear emerald lakes surrounded by sheer marble cliffs. As you glide across the water in a small wooden boat, the silence is almost sacred. The only sounds are water dripping from the cave ceilings and the gentle splash of your oar. What makes this place special is the interplay of light. When sunbeams pierce through the forest canopy and illuminate the underwater marble formations, creating a cathedral-like atmosphere that no photograph can truly capture. In winter, the frozen underground grottos transform into ice palaces, worthy of the Snow Queen herself. Number 9. The Golden Ring Cities. Imagine stepping back in time to a Russia of fairy tales, where golden cupolas shine against blue skies, ancient fortresses guard timeless towns, and the pace of life slows to the rhythm of centuries past. The Golden Ring is a collection of historic cities northeast of Moscow that form a ring of Russia's cultural heartland. Towns like Suzdal, Vladimir, and Yaroslavl preserve Russia's medieval architecture and traditions in a way that feels genuinely authentic rather than manufactured for tourists. In Suzdal, with fewer than 10,000 residents, you'll find over 30 churches and 5 monasteries, many dating back to the 12th century. The town has banned modern high-rise buildings, creating an atmosphere where time truly stands still. What touched me most here wasn't just the architecture but the people, like babushka Olga, who invited me into her wooden home to share homemade medovuka, honey wine, and stories of life during Soviet times. Number 8. Altai Mountains. The Altai is where Russia meets Mongolia, China, and Kazakhstan, in a wilderness so pristine it's been named a UNESCO World Heritage Site. These mountains are sacred to local people, and when you stand beside the turquoise waters of Lake Teletskoye or gaze across the vast steppe from Mount Beluka, you understand why. The air here is so clean you can taste its sweetness. Local guides told me that one day breathing this air adds 3 days to your life. A claim I can't verify, but certainly wanted to believe. What makes the Altai truly special is its remoteness. Cell service disappears, tourist crowds don't exist, and instead, you find yourself connecting with nature in ways our modern lives rarely allow. When I camped along the shores of the Katun River, listening to its glacial waters rushing past under the brightest stars I've ever seen, I understood why Siberian shamans believe this region contains portals to other dimensions. Number 7. Kiji Island, Karelia. On a small island in Lake Onega stands one of the most remarkable achievements in wooden architecture anywhere on Earth. The 22-domed Church of the Transfiguration, built entirely without nails. Legend says that the master carpenter, who completed this church in 1714, threw his tools into the lake, declaring that this was his masterpiece, and no one could ever create its equal. Standing before this intricate wooden structure, watching how the hundreds of aspen shingles shimmer like silver fish scales in the northern light, it's hard to disagree with his assessment. What's most moving about Kiji isn't just the church, but the entire preserved village around it. Windmills, farmhouses, and barns that show how Russians lived for centuries in harmony with the harsh northern environment. In summer, local women in traditional Karelian dress demonstrate ancient crafts, connecting visitors to traditions that have nearly vanished elsewhere. Number 6. Valley of Geysers, Kamchatka. In a remote valley on the Kamchatka Peninsula exists a place so primordial, so untamed. It feels like witnessing Earth's creation. The Valley of Geysers is the second largest geyser field on Earth, with over 40 geysers and numerous hot springs concentrated in a narrow valley. Steam rises from the ground in all directions as jets of boiling water shoot skyward on predictable schedules, some reaching heights of 40 meters. What makes this place extraordinary is its inaccessibility. Reachable only by helicopter, fewer people visit here each year than climb Mount Everest. When you stand among the geysers, you're experiencing one of the last truly wild places left on our planet. The valley is home to some of Kamchatka's famous brown bears, which can often be seen foraging along the hillsides, seemingly unbothered by the volcanic activity around them. Number 5. Lake Baikal. There are lakes, and then there is Baikal, a place that Russians speak about with reverence usually reserved for cathedrals. This is no ordinary body of water. Baikal holds 20% of all the fresh water on Earth. It's so massive that if all other fresh water sources disappeared, Baikal alone could supply humanity for 40 years. But statistics don't capture the spiritual connection people feel here. Local Buryat people consider the lake sacred, and even the most skeptical visitors often report feeling something extraordinary in its presence. In winter, Baikal freezes so clearly that you can see 40 meters down through ice that sings and booms as it shifts. Driving across this ice with meter-wide cracks running beneath your wheels is both terrifying and exhilarating. What moved me most was witnessing a shaman perform a blessing ceremony at sunset on Olkhon Island, asking Baikal's spirits for safe passage, a tradition that has continued unbroken for thousands of years. Number 4. The Lena Pillars, Yakutia. Rising like petrified giants from the banks of the Lena River are some of the most spectacular rock formations you've never heard of. The Lena Pillars stretch for 40 kilometers along the river, with some towers reaching heights of 100 meters. Formed over 500 million years ago, they contain fossils from the Cambrian explosion, one of the most important events in Earth's evolutionary history. What makes this place special isn't just the pillars themselves, but their location in the heart of Yakutia, Russia's coldest region, where winter temperatures regularly plunge below -60 degrees Celsius. This is a land of extremes, where people have adapted to some of the harshest conditions on Earth. Visiting in summer under the midnight sun, I was struck by how the light constantly changes, creating new shadows and highlights across the pillars every hour, as if they were alive and shifting before your eyes. Number 3. Peterhof Palace, St. Petersburg, Petersburg. Sometimes called the Russian Versailles, Peterhof is a testament to imperial ambition and engineering genius. Created by Peter the Great in the early 18th century, this palace complex is most famous for its spectacular fountains. 176 of them, all working without pumps, powered entirely by gravity and pressure. The Grand Cascade, with its golden statues and 64 different fountains, comes to life each morning to classical music, sending jets of water 20 meters into the air. What's truly remarkable about Peterhof isn't just its beauty, but its resilience. During World War II, Nazi forces occupied the palace and destroyed much of it when retreating. Almost everything you see today has been painstakingly reconstructed from photographs and the memories of those who worked there before the war. Standing in the gardens as the fountains begin their daily performance, you can't help but feel the weight of Russian history, both its grandeur and its suffering. Number 2. Kungur Ice Cave, Ural Mountains. Beneath the ancient Ural Mountains lies a frozen wonderland that defies imagination, a labyrinth of over 5,700 meters of passages adorned with ice crystals that have grown undisturbed for millennia. The Kungur Ice Cave contains 58 lakes of crystal-clear water so still they act as perfect mirrors, reflecting the illuminated ice formations above. The largest chamber, Diamond Hall, is adorned with ice crystals that sparkle like their namesake when light touches them. What makes this cave unique is the constant interplay between ice and limestone. In some chambers, stalactites and stalagmites form alongside massive ice columns, creating a geological impossibility that exists nowhere else on Earth. The cave maintains a temperature just below freezing year-round, providing welcome relief in summer and a magical ice palace experience in winter. Local legends say that wishes made in the cave's wishing well chamber always come true. I'm still waiting on mine, but the memory of this underground crystal kingdom was rewarded enough. Number 1. Moscow Metro. Most subway systems are utilitarian at best. Moscow is an underground palace for the people. Built during Stalin's era when Soviet realism meant creating spaces that would inspire citizens with the grandeur of communist ideals, many stations resemble museums or ballrooms more than transit hubs. Komsomolskaya Station shines with yellow ceilings, chandeliers, and mosaics depicting Russian military heroes. Ploshchad Revolyutsii features 76 bronze sculptures of Soviet citizens. Touching the nose of the border guard dog statue is said to bring good luck, evidenced by its brightly polished snout. What makes the Moscow Metro special isn't just its beauty, but its functionality. Trains arrive every 90 seconds during peak hours, moving over 9 million people daily with remarkable efficiency. But there's something more profound here too. These stations were bomb shelters during the Cold War, and many older Muscovites still remember sheltering here during times of crisis. The metro isn't just transportation, it's living history. Russia isn't just a place you visit, it's a place that visits you, leaving impressions that last a lifetime. From the frozen shores of Lake Baikal to the golden domes of ancient monasteries, this vast land offers experiences that can't be replicated anywhere else on Earth. What I've come to understand is that Russia's true wonder isn't just in its landscapes or architecture. It's in the soul of its people, who have created beauty and meaning in some of the world's most challenging environments. In a world where authentic experiences become rarer by the day, Russia offers something increasingly precious, places still untouched by mass tourism. Traditions still practiced not for show but because they remain vital to local communities. Which of these Russian wonders appeals to you most strongly? Let me know in the comments below. If this journey through Russia's most beautiful places has inspired you, please hit that subscribe button and join me on my next adventure. Until then, do svidaniya, goodbye, and safe travels.